Hello traders, it's Graham here from Kilted Trading. Just thought I'd give you guys an update for the week ahead in terms of a couple of pairs I'm looking at that have actually, one of them have come onto the Kilted Strength Meter sort of radar, if you like. So just thought I'd quickly talk you through those trades. I actually took a couple of those trades last week, so let's see how they play out. So in terms of the week ahead, looking at the markets, the euro has seen considerable weakness across the board. However, it did get a little bit of a look in late last week in terms of the news that there'll be a stimulus package from the European Union. However, that hasn't eventuated yet. There was a push to get agreement, I believe, on Thursday night. Angela Merkel here giving a news brief to say that they're still working on a package and getting it through the European Parliament, which led to, I guess, a very mixed, muted sort of response on the stocks on Friday. So broadly, the European stock indexes are sort of in a very tight range at the moment, very much range bound. So that together with the failed Gilead Sciences coronavirus vaccine trial, that didn't go well from all reports that have come out. So again, some mixed feelings there in the market for what was looking to be quite promising. So that's failed to materialize. So if we just jump quickly to see what's lies in the week ahead, this is a little dashboard I have that gives me good insight for what lies ahead in terms of how different currencies are paired up against each other in terms of strength. So you can see here we've got the main currencies across the top. The top is just showing you how each currency is basically performing against others in this list, and that gives us these moving averages, if you like, per currency. So you can see here that we have, as expected, we've got the US dollar strong, we've got the Japanese yen that's been strong, obviously the Swissy as well as one of those safe havens also strong, and on the bottom you can see we've got the Aussie battling back, the Aussie battlers coming back, which is good to see on the up, but still on the lower half it's been battered about, obviously being linked to resources and China and shutdown. So down here, that's why you've seen this large sell-off in the Aussie dollar, because we're very highly correlated to China in terms of its consumption of resources. But it's as China starts to start up its economy again, we see the Aussie dollar with some hope there. So a couple of pairs though that I'm looking at is the Euro Japanese yen and the Euro USD, which set up for quite interesting trades at the moment. As I say, I've actually already got those trades on, but I just thought I'd talk to you guys through some of the reasoning as to why I've actually taken those two trades. So if we look at the euro, it's in decline. We did see this tick up here over the last couple of days. We've seen this push up with the trials of the Gilead the vaccine trials, and that gave some hope. And obviously we had the news of word of the stimulus package, which is likely to go ahead, and we just don't know when and how it's actually going to be paid for. So that was a big question around that. So we've seen a steady decline in the euro, and obviously the Japanese yen, the safe haven, is doing rather well, which is this one here. So I'm looking to trade those two or keep those positions open. And the euro against the US dollar, I'm certainly seeing strength across the board, or continued strength across the board with the US dollar. So that's this one here. So if we break it down, we'll go to the euro Japanese yen first, because that closer aligns against with what we have in the Kilted Strength Meter as one particular indicator we use here at Kilted Trading. So here we've got our daily chart, and you can see this is a position I have open at the moment. I did take a position on when it broke this support line. I opened the position on a break of this downward push, or this bar, the break of this bar here, which it did trigger. We had a bit down, but now we're coming up to retest this support level here, which you can see is quite a strong support level if we look back on the daily chart. A significant level here so that's a significant level. So what we're saying here is as typically happens, support becomes a new resistance. So we're seeing a retest of this significant level here, and I'm expecting a push down, a rotation down lower, or indeed we might see a push up and then a pullback. Okay, I have my stop loss above the last swing high to give us some room to move. Obviously we're seeing some big moves in the market at the moment, so we do really want to give our trades a little bit more room, managing risk of course with a lot size. Risk to reward ratio on this one's 1.69, so I'm not getting too greedy because I'm a little bit wary of when this news is going to come of the stimulus package, so I'm just giving it a little bit more room to move, but obviously I want to take some profit off the table fairly quickly on this one. So, and of course if we look down, we've actually seen a trigger of on our Kilted strength meter that we've seen some strength here to the downside, and we're matching that with some price action here to get in early on the action. So that's Euro Japanese yen. The one I want to go to next, which is I guess a little bit more interesting, is the Euro USD. And if we look at this one, we'll just go back up to our daily time frame. We'd map something out here which you'll probably find of interest. So first thing to note is I'm trading this one not purely on the Kilted strength meter. I'm using what you would call more fundamental technical analysis and price action, but I do have some confluence on the Kilted strength meter, which I can bring into the conversation. So if we look at first of all the chart, what we can see, I'll just reset this, and we'll get some lines drawn out so we can help you guys break down what we're seeing here. So first of all, we want to talk about market structure and correlation. Two key things that I look at in the market. So here we're seeing, to be honest, a bit of choppy action around here, but the US dollar has been fairly strong. The euro has been fairly weak. So one of the things I look at is structure in terms of overall market structure. So we are trending down here. This is this red line here. We're seeing definitely a move since early March to the downside. And one of the things I like to do, especially with the Euro USD, is overlay it with the US dollar index. Now this index is an indication of how the US dollar is trading against the other major currency pairs, and it's very highly correlated when you look at it and plotted against the euro, and certainly the euro being the most traded currency pair in the market. But one of the nice things that you can do within TradingView is you can overlay your chart with various indexes, and that's just what I've done here. So if you click on compare, you can enter your symbol, in this case DXY for myself here, and you see this nice overlay. Now look at the strong correlation here, guys. This is something that I'd encourage you guys to have a look at if you're trading any pair that's got the US dollar in it, is to have a look at what the US dollar index is doing. So if you look at the US dollar index just on its own, you can see here I've drawn a trend line here from the bottom to the top. Again, we can show you how to draw, or how I draw trend lines. We see the bottom Where does it touch? It's touching here. Okay, so that's a good indication of where to draw your line. And furthermore, if we look at this in terms of a phase 1 and a phase 2, or a push up and then a pullback if you like, what I'm seeing is another push up into the phase 1 starting, and that's on the US dollar index. But if you see here the correlation, this push up on the phase 1, looks what happened. The euro goes down. Okay, euro dollar index goes down, the euro goes up. See the strong correlation there, guys. Now on this one again, I'm saying using price action to get in on this one. I've drawn a line here also because you can see there's a bit of a triangle here, and we've got this strong resistance line here. I've basically got in at this point here with a take profit here, so it's a fairly tight stop but a good reward risk ratio here. And you can see the stop is just above this trend line break. I'm really not interested in this trade if it comes up here and breaks this line this week. But you can see I'm managing my sort of risk and giving it hopefully enough room for it to a little bit push up and then rotate lower. So that's what I'm predicting here. Notice here we do have a certain level of confluence here because we've got a tick up here to the downside, and we can see our indicators expecting or showing that it's going to move to the upside as well, and we've got red above the blue, so we're just getting in using price action ahead of some indicators that a lot of traders will then be picking up signals from. So we're trying to get in early on this one, guys. If we look at some of the lower time frames as well in terms of price action, you can see here that we had a bit of a false break here. We've come up, down, retested, down, retested, retested, retested. Now we've finally had the break. We've had a retest, a high test bar here. We've come down. Now we're coming up to retest that again, and I'm looking at a move lower. If we now look at the 1 hour, see what's happening there. It's always good to go down to the lower time frames, guys, to see what's happening. So again, you can see here with this one, this is particularly good to look at your resistance, support and resistance lines to see if you've drawn them correctly. So you can see here a lot of traffic here, testing. So we've come down here, bounced off this support, then we've broken it, then we've come up, retested it, broke up, gone through, down, retested it, broken, retest, up through it again, retest, up to our trend line here, you can see, and then straight back down to the support. Look at that, guys, then tested again, then we've drifted, sort of consolidated here. You can see that with our Kilted strength meter, period of consolidation, chopping around. We've gone up to this trend line, shown a bit of reaction, then straight back down to support, broken it, retesting, we're just testing support, and turned resistance now. We've had this nice move down, now we've come back up, retesting this resistance again before hopefully turning, rolling over south. And you can see our stop here is just above this trend line, lower trend line, which has been in play, as I say, from early March. So we're expecting hopefully either a rollover here early in the week to move lower, or we might break this slightly and hopefully respect this trend line here and then rotate lower. If we break this, what we're really saying is we're no longer interested in this trade. It sort of negates that idea and we will be out. So thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully that was useful in terms of my analysis of the week ahead. Certainly a couple of pairs to look at, including the US dollar JPY. I'm certainly thinking there'll be a significant breakout there. It's nicely coiled. So good luck trading this week, guys, and speak soon.